Welcome to Belize Electricity Limited's 2022 Communities Spotlight Awards show. The show where we spotlight extraordinary people and organizations improving lives of communities across Belize. My name is Emmanuel Pech, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Melissa Foreman. Melissa, thank you so much for joining me today.
And thank you, Emmanuel. I am feeling great, and it's an honor to be here today to recognize 10 remarkable organizations that give back selflessly to the communities they serve across Belize, from Corozal in the north to Punta Gorda in the south and the Keys. It is inspirational to see community-based organizations dedicated to giving back and helping people in meaningful ways.
That's right, Melissa. We have a full show today for our viewers where we'll be recognizing, as you said, 10 organizations that are doing amazing work and having a positive impact in their communities. So stay tuned to find out if an organization in your neighborhood is recognized today. We also have musical performances by local artists throughout the show.
With BEL, it's always giving back to the community. Honestly, I believe that is one of the things that really touched me the most, that I am a part of a company that actually gives back in various ways. You know, BEL has its hamper drive, its Golden Citizen program, customer rewards. It's always touching to know that these people are getting back something.
Our hamper drive has been going on every year, and we have done this at the end of each year. So the wrapping is actually an exciting feeling because we know what is in the gifts. So when we reach the customers, they are like in shock because they are not aware of what we're doing. And we come and we explain to them that, this is the time of giving, and many of the kids are surprised. They feel like Santa come around, and that's a good feeling for me. I personally do it with that motivation, and it gives me the drive to keep doing what I do.
We also do these, go around with different schools that need help with painting as well, right? So when you finish the entire work or the painting, you see the children then smiling, like so appreciative of what you do for them. At the end of the day, they come and give you a warm hug. That feeling is absolutely the best feeling ever.
And BEL, we are always looking at different areas where we can also give back. So it's a lot of giving back with BEL, and that I am really proud of being a part of.
Giving back to communities is part of our values and our shared culture at BEL. A core aspect of our mission actually speaks to enhancing the quality of life for communities across Belize.
That's right, Emmanuel. And while there are many organizations countrywide working towards improving lives in their community, in 2022, these organizations stood out. Join me in congratulating Adopt a Child with a Disability in Benque Viejo. This organization was established in 2016 and cares for children with physical disabilities and provide them with the therapy and special education.
Adopt a Child with Disability was founded December 2016. As a physical therapist, is my profession. I started seeing patients, and all of a sudden, one children with disability came, and I was touched, and I started helping free of charge to this child. And one told the other, and the other told the other, and all of a sudden, I have over 10 children that I am helping free of charge, but then I'm getting overwhelmed. So I decided, let me try to get the community involved so I can bring more help and we can see more children. On a regular basis, we were helping over 50 children, I would say 60 children, providing them with free physical therapy. But then later we were approached by other teams of volunteers that would come from the United States to provide speech therapy or occupational therapy or dental work. So we would take our children and try to also provide these services whenever they were available to us. With COVID, we were limited to to seeing the kids indoors where we used to do the manual therapies and direct contact with the children wasn't possible because they're very fragile. So I started indagating. I knew about Equine Therapy Center and I said, this is the perfect time to do therapy outdoors, and what better than to do it with horses in an outdoor environment. So that we may continue helping these children to start with the first Equine Therapy Center. As you can see the change in their physical development, children that would probably not get to live long because they would suffer from contractures, they would actually be able to move, they would develop on a normal motor way. As a normal child, you would first roll, you would later sit down, then later you crawl, then you stand up, then you learn to walk. On children with neurological issues or with certain disabilities, these are delayed a lot. So what we do is we take specific therapies to stimulate each individual process as we go along to help this child to be functional, to be able to roll, to be able to sit, to be able to walk again.
Next on our list, a young and vibrant group of local citizens dedicated to maintaining and conserving the Rio Grande watershed located in Toledo District. Join me in recognizing the Rio Grande River Keepers.
It's a fairly new group. It's a locally volunteer-based group that was formed in San Pedro, Colombia in 2020. COVID, basically shut down the tourism industry. And what happened is a lot of our villagers started to return home. I live along the river and I started noticing a lot of the garbage floating. I ring my neighbor who lives upstream from me. He owns a canoe, so he would paddle downstream and we just join together and take and pick as much garbage as we can. And then we realized, this is gonna take more than just two of us. So we posted it on Facebook asking for volunteers, and the support was overwhelming. So in total, it's 4 leaders, and we have a total of 29 volunteers that have been with us since 2020 up to now. We sort the garbage depending on the different categories. So if it's plastic bags, plastic bottles, glass bottles, clothes, and the other one is like metal, any discarded metal. And we have a big scale, and we would tend to weigh them, and just, the volunteers would take tally of it. For year 1, we retrieved almost 1,000 pounds of garbage from that river. Interestingly, number 1 garbage that is taken out is single-use plastic. We're thinking about those plastic bags that you would typically get at the grocery store. We started to go to the stores, and we started telling them, this is what we're noticing from the garbage that we're picking up. And we got one store to stop completely from using plastic bags. The river is very important for us, and it literally runs right through our village. So everybody depends on the river, and that's where Rio Grande River Keepers was born, because we want to maintain clean water, but at the same time maintain a healthy river system. Hence the reason we're not just thinking about the Columbia River. Our name says Rio Grande River Keepers, because Columbia is just one tributary of the entire Rio Grande watershed. That watershed is shared by 7 other communities. And we're thinking, okay, if here in Colombia, we can ensure that our rivers are clean, and we could replicate that in all the other villages, then we're securing clean water for everyone.
And up next, the Productive Woman in Action, based in Stand Creek, advocates for women's personal and economic empowerment and gender equity. Join me in recognizing them for their outstanding achievements.
Power started in 2003 because we saw the need for us to be able to come together as a women's group and to address certain issues that were affecting us, especially as women. Then we've continued to be an outreach organization that reach far into the communities to address issues that affect women and their families. Our services are broad, and first and foremost, our service is to educate, inform, I would also say empower and inspire, but sharing information for people to know their rights. We also from time to time offer different packets of service. For example, nutritional support for persons living with HIV. Sometimes we also have psychosocial support and counseling therapy for trauma. We also do referrals to different agencies for different services. These services are important because, as quiet as it may be kept, a lot of people don't really know or don't have the confidence sometimes to access these services. Sometimes they may know a little bit about it, but still they need a little bit of encouragement or they need a little bit more information. So the end goal is for us to empower people to live a life that is worthy of dignity, to let them know that it's their right to be able to access the services and to be able to address those issues that may become problematic in their lives. Also to give support. We need to support each other. For Power in the future, we'll continue to do much of the same we have been doing in the past, but we also know that there will be emerging issues that come up that we will have to address.
Congratulations for your outstanding service to the community.
And you know, Melissa, one of the things that I really must point out is the diversity of topics that are being covered today, the diversity of ways that community organizations are assisting in their own neighborhood.
Indeed, Emmanuel. Today, we are recognizing organizations from many different sectors, including sports, education, human welfare, health, and culture.
And we have so much more for you on the show. But before we continue, please enjoy this brief musical intermission by Belizean artist Chanel Parks.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore.
Up next, we have an organization that dedicates themselves to providing services to women and children affected by domestic violence. Join me in recognizing Mary Open Doors from San Ignacio.
Mary Open Doors originally started in 2008. The founder, Miss Ana Silva, is actually a survivor of domestic abuse, and she saw the need to assist other women within the community. First and foremost, Mary Open Doors offers safety and privacy. We offer the shelter, the house where you can come and you spend, you and your children can come. You have a home, you have shelter over your head, you have bed. We provide you with the basic necessities like food and any other thing that you may need. You are able to stay at the shelter for approximately 2 months while we work on your future. Whatever it is that you may need, whatever it is that you may want to do, what we do is we find a way to make it happen for you, along with any other services or any other external organizations that may want to assist or may need to assist. We provide basically what you call a well-rounded service to put you on your feet and to get you moving forward. Mary Open Doors is a safe house. We provide the basic necessities for battered women and children. They come to our shelter and we provide them with counseling, outreach programs, and other things to assist them get back on their feet and to move forward with life. Gender-based violence victims, but Mary Open Doors specifically serve women and children. Since we've opened in 2008, we've assisted countless women and children. Especially during the pandemic, we saw an increase in violence against those we serve, and I want to network with the other safe houses that are here in Belize so that we can learn from each other, grow from each other, and have a greater outreach. You can support our organization in a lot of ways, from a simple donation or to our social media campaigns that we do. So people know that we're here. I think a lot of people believe that because the shelter we had burned down, that we're not functioning, but we're here and we're helping. So as an individual, as another organization, as another business, partner with us, whether it be to conduct a campaign or to conduct a fundraiser, so forth. Just join us in what we're trying to do.
Now we go to the north. Join me in congratulating Rock of Ages Church Feeding Program from Guinea Grass Village, Orange Walk District. This church-based organization gives back selflessly through the feeding program that caters to primary school children in the community.
Rock of Ages Pentecostal Church in Guinea Grass, along with our pastor, Barnabas Russell, was inspired on one of his visits within the community over Christmas. He visited the places back in the village that probably he doesn't do often, and he saw the need. He saw the need of doing something. The feeding program started on February 3rd, 2019. Pastor Barnabas Russell asked me to direct this program along with other ladies that joined the group. We have volunteers of 8 volunteers. They're divided into 2 groups. The load gets heavy. The cooking gets heavy. We serve food from Monday through Friday. The parents or the volunteers that are here volunteering are also parents of some of our children that are a part of our program. On a regular basis, we'd see nothing less than 60 children, 60 to 80 the most. But we have a total of 93 children registered in our program. We cater to children from 2 schools from our community. We don't focus only on a certain group of children. We focus on our community, to impact the community. At our feeding program, we don't only focus on the food, on the body part, but we also focus on the mind, on the soul, spiritually. So when they come to the feeding program, these children learn, if they haven't been doing it at home, we teach them that it is important to pray. In the future, what I'm seeing from this feeding program are not the children. I am seeing youth becoming fathers, becoming mothers, becoming educators. Teaching them is that they can make a difference regardless of the home situation. These children that we have in our feeding program are like for the young generation, the youth of tomorrow. God gave us the opportunity to impact the children from now.
And what a way to give back to the community, Melissa. Sometimes we miss the importance of what a plate of food means for these children. So what a way to give back. And now, keeping it in the north, we want to recognize the Corozal organization of East Indian Cultural Heritage from Corozal Town. This organization works to preserve and promote the vibrant East Indian culture in Belize.
We knew that our culture existed, but it wasn't well shared in Belize. So we wanted to embrace those opportunities to recapture our fast fading East Indian culture and promote its values and its tradition, its rich Indian heritage. We started to highlight our East Indian tradition and our identity through festivals. We have annual East Indian Festival, through school presentations, campfires in villages. We started the Miss East Indian cultural pageant in Belize. We also try to coordinate basic instructional channels. For example, culinary workshops and dance workshop. We are also involved in media presentations. We are thankful that we were able to secure a park in Corozal to rehabilitate it into an East Indian park. The name of that park is Masala Park. We also found out that, there were a lot of artifacts that are East Indian. So we started to collect them. And through the collection of the artifacts, we know that it tells a story. So it brought out rich historical information. And we also made a documentary entitled Artifacts of East Indians of Belize, Recapturing the Past to Secure the Future. We are extremely grateful for the help that BEL continues to give us, especially in the area of helping children in educating them and improve their skills in the area of academics and also culture.
Congratulations for your outstanding service to the community. Every year, we partner with organizations across Belize as we continuously look for opportunities to give back to the community.
And that's right, Melissa. BEL gives back through so many different programs, including our annual hamper drive, our Golden Citizens program. We also give back through our customer rewards program, and so much more. But in addition to that, what BEL does is look for opportunities to partner with community-based organizations to improve the services that they provide to deserving families in their own neighborhood. And we're excited to continue recognizing these organizations and the amazing work that they do across Belize.
Up next, we have the following organizations being recognized for their outstanding commitment, service, and care for their communities. We present to you the Eurome Project, which was established in 2019 and is dedicated to preserving the Garifuna culture and language through education and community engagement.
The Eurome project started in August 2019 and we were officially registered September 2021. Brother James Cordis, he is a Eurome man from St. Vincent and Grenadines. He wanted to go to Eurome and teach the language and culture. So because of the exile, the Garinogo there were challenged. They were not allowed to practice their customs and traditions, and worse, to speak the language. So when they had that discussion, they said, okay, we're gonna partner. So how can we go and teach? And we too need to learn. And as a result, Garifuna was also taught at the school. So we have the online course, the courses that we do, the classes. Then we have the historical component, where we have been documenting our elders, rep the culture, where we challenge the youngsters to come up with a fun way to present something, but in Garifuna. We also have the spiritual revitalization component, where we educate about our ancestral practice. So our primary objective is to ensure that the Garifuna language survives, and that whatever is of Garifuna survives as well. To understand the importance of language preservation. And that is what the Eurome project is all about.
And join me in recognizing the Key Cocker Community Farm, which was established in 2020 and focuses on enhancing food security on the island of Key Cocker.
The farm started as an idea in 2020. We diligently started working at it, putting something together in the middle of 2021. When the pandemic hit and the borders were closed in Belize, our island basically had no employment overnight. About 85% of our villagers are a part of the tourism industry, and no tourists meant no jobs, and that meant no money. So fast forward, we thought this could happen again, but it highlighted the two issues that we saw from that pandemic. One was the number of jobs that are dedicated to tourism is very, very large. And the other part is when you have no money, you can't buy food and basic things for your living. And that was really dangerous, we felt. And so we wanted to look at how we would correct both of those things. We just need a farm that'll employ people and that will provide food. And so let's roll up our sleeves. We set our mind to an organic farm, a nonprofit. The farm has 4 different areas. One of the areas is growing, and we have grown fruits, vegetables, herbs. And another part of the farm is the egg production. So we have a protein source of food to mix with the vegetables. And so we have a flock of chickens. And the third part is the composting, which will help us feed nutrition into our own plants, but also provide compost materials for anyone else on the island that needs a boost of nutrition for their plants. And the fourth is a twofold education process. One of the parts is community education, because our farm is really a demonstration garden. What grows, how do we grow it, and what can other people grow as a result of that? So that's one of the parts of education. The other part is youth, a youth program where we will involve them in all parts of the farm, marketing, distribution, growing. There's so many learning opportunities in a farm. The Kekakur Community Farm is so important to our community in so many ways, pulling people together, giving them a sense of security about their food, and joy and potential for kids to get involved in something that they've never even experienced, the joy of growing a seed and watching it sprout, and then they eat the produce later. There's really nothing that isn't positive about this project.
We have a couple more awardees to announce, but before that, let's get some excitement in the air with a performance by Belizean artist Jackie Castillo.
Got it for the moving, got it for the move. Moving, got it for the moving, got it for the move. Hey, moving, got it for the moving, got it for the move. Moving. Got it from the moving, got it from the move. Got it now, go get ready. We got work to do. Oh, boo, I'm with the new. Got it now, go get ready. We've got work to do. I got Burberry, got it now, go. Hey, moving, got it from the moving. Got it from the move. Moving. Got it from the moving. Got it from the move. Teach our children their identity so that we can stand together in unity. Preserve what is precious. That is the strength in us. I'm moving new. Hey. Moving. Got it from the moving. Got it from the move. Moving. Got it from the moving. Got it from the move. I said moving. Moving. Oh, we gotta keep on the move. Moving. Moving. Oh, we gotta keep on the move. I said moving. Got it from the moving. Got it from the move. Moving. Got it from the moving. Got it from the move. Came more loud.
Next, we have the Lupus and RA Association of Belize, whose mission is to spread awareness about lupus and rheumatoid arthritis and provide support for persons living with this disease.
The Lupus and RA Association of Belize was formally incorporated in April of 2015. Basically what Lara does is we try to create awareness about the disease. for people to understand what we go through. We call ourselves loopies. What we go through when we're in a flare or when we're having any kind of issues related to the disease. But what we do also as an organization is that when we have sponsors and when those people give us sponsors, of course, in the form of monetary donations, we use that to assist our members with medication. So we have like what we call a medication drive. You know, bring your prescription, and we purchase at a wholesale rate through the organization, and then we issue that. We try to do it quarterly, dependent on the amount of donations that we receive. Our membership, it varies, and so presently I would say we have maybe between 60 to 80 active members. There are so many more people in Belize who have lupus, but we are not reaching everybody, and that's why every time it's Lupus Awareness Month, we ask people, you know, reach out to us, you know, let us know that you're out there, let us help in any small way that we can, because we know there is more than what we have in our membership. One of Lara's main things that we want to do is to continue to create awareness for people to understand, not because you can't see it, that means it doesn't exist. We understand what it is because we're living it, you know, and so we are able to understand what our members are going through.
And up next, we actually have an organization that is giving back to their communities through sports.
And there's so many of these organizations that are doing their part with the various sporting activities that are giving back indeed.
Right. And the organization that we're recognizing today is the Yabra Football Club in Belize City. They are dedicated to creating a safe space through sports for children 10 years and under. Congratulations.
I think the main purpose was to start the Yabra Club was probably the vision of the president, Mr. Jerome, here, and me being a child way back in the 70s or so, spent a lot of time in the community, and after I became an adult, I found him still here at the location doing the same thing he's been doing for 60-odd years. And we just got together and decided to give him a hand and give back to the youth in the community. Yeah, we provide athletic services, we coach the kids, we mentor them, we have a feeding program where we try and feed the kids every Thursday. This is ongoing for quite a while now, for quite a few years. Yeah, we have several kids at the various primary schools in Belize. Recently we had a few of the kids that were somewhat, not necessarily misbehaving, but attendance was low. So our intention was to try and motivate them to go to school by actually going to the school and talking to the teachers. So we provide mentorship, we provide sporting activities, and we are here almost 365 days a year, almost every day, right?
Whenever the house open, a lot of kids happy. They come out and go get ball for play, they go get something to eat. They have fun. And there is few places in this whole country like Yabra.
On a daily basis, we cater from anywhere from 20 to 50, 60 kids. Almost every day we have at least 20 of them every day. We provide water for them. That's what they always need. There's always a need for water. And we have to do some out of pocket because we don't have a water system and so forth. So much of what we do is the generosity of the few members that we have.
The Yabra Football Club will forever be here. We help with kids and we instill discipline. And I love to see the kids happy.
Congratulations to all awardees. You truly deserve to be recognized for your commitment and dedication to improving the lives of people in your communities. We at BEL applaud you wholeheartedly for your outstanding achievements.
It is truly admirable to see people answering the call to action and giving back selflessly to the communities across Belize. We wish you all continued development and success in all your future endeavors.
And thank you for joining us on the show. And thank you, Melissa, for joining me on the show today. It really was a pleasure to be recognizing these outstanding organizations. And on behalf of all of us here at BEL, we wish you all a safe and joyous holiday season. As we close off, please enjoy this musical performance by Belizean artist Richard Pitts.